What's up, J-Baes? It's Victoria James and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and not yet a J-Bae, go ahead and click the red subscriber button so it turns gray and then you're a J-Bae. You can join the best baes in YouTube right here on this channel where we chit chat and all that about luxury beauty. Today is another full face of items you can get at Sephora. The last video was very well received, and who are me to deny you guys what you want? We're back with Miss Tyra Powers here, and a lot of things in here because I had a couple of hiccups on the way throughout the makeup process, and I'm gonna walk you through them because I am nothing if not transparent. And I'm not gonna delay too much right now. I gotta take the baby out, you know, time is precious. So starting off with lip prep, I used the Patrick Ta Major Volume Plumping Gloss in Full Syringe. So it's this lovely red toned plumping gloss. It has a warmth to it. It's not stinging at all, and it's very thick. You can use it as like an overnight lip treatment. I really like it. I think it's perfect. And then we jumped right into primer. This is my current favorite primer, you guys. It's Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer. She's good. I feel like this one gives me a really smooth matte canvas to work with. I use it on my more like radiant foundations just to balance things out, and I find that I don't get any catching. Things glide on really nicely, they hold really nicely, so I think this one is very much worth purchasing. And then for complexion today, I decided to try out the Cosis Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, and my shade is Deep Neutral 380. Spot freaking on, you guys. I put this on and was like, hello, good morning, this is it. I nailed it, and I'm so happy. So if you are my shade twin with both tone, skin tone and undertone, then you will really like 380 Deep Neutral from Cosis. So far, I really love the way this looks. Like, just the same amount I use any other time, but here's the real gag, right? I used almost a full pump for my face, right? For that one half of my face that you're seeing in the demo. And then to cover up the hyperpigmentation, I used the rest of the pump, right? So I used a full pump and it gave me the exact amount of coverage that I like, which is a medium coverage. So it was 2 pumps to get my whole face together, but you don't have to dole it out all at once. You can kind of take your time with it and see where you need it. So I don't think this necessarily needs 2 pumps to achieve great coverage, but it does have the potential to provide medium coverage if you're someone like myself who has a bit of hyperpigmentation. Moving on to concealer, yes, Rose Ink, you guys. I really like this one, and I've used it quite a few times. This is the Rose Ink concealer in the shade LX140. This is more of a, you know, a little bit brighter than my skin tone kind of shade. I could go lighter for sure for brightening, but I really like it. I like the consistency. It's got a nice thickness to it, nice big doe foot applicator, and it blends out very easily. I actually used a complexion brush for the majority of my blend out in my T-zone, and then I switched over to an actual concealer brush to finish off my under eye area. I do feel like a little goes a very long way under your eyes. I felt like I used too much, so I just took it around my entire eye and then just, you know, blended it out a little more. But I find that this one is very hydrating, and it's got, you know, it's got the right amount of coverage to me, especially for just everyday makeup. It looks beautiful. It looks healthy. So then I went to set, y'all, and I set my entire face with the Givenchy Prism Libre loose powder in the shade 5, which is Popline Mimosa. And I have 6, which is the one I originally purchased, and then I received this from, I think it was Influencer. And this one I said was going to just be for my under eyes, but it turns out I can actually use this for my whole face. So here's what I did. I took the 2 lightest shades, because there's 4 chambers in the Prism Libre powder. So I took the 2 lightest shades, dumped them out in the cap, and then I mixed those together. I doled these out into the cap, mixed them together, and dusted them in my highlight areas for a perfect tone powder. you can go a little bit brighter by just using the lighter shade. It's very customizable. That's what I love about Prism Libre powders. They're also really great powders. They're very buttery. They blend so easily, and they are very forgiving. Like I actually used a little bit too much on one eye, and I was able to kind of, you know, just continue to blend and press and sort of like push it into the skin until it melted. I finished off the rest of my highlight areas, and then I switched over to the 2 darker chambers for the rest of my face, y'all. It's just way too easy. In the case of the darker one, I can use it as a color correcting powder. If my foundation is a little off, I can use it to kind of correct things. And so if you've never used Prism Libre, I really encourage you to check it out. This is a really great powder. So next came blush, and I started off a little subtle. I thought I wanted to do something real subtle, you guys. So I pulled out Danessa. Okay, I pulled out Danessa Myricks, and I used Sweet Cheeks from the 4 cream products here to go on my cheeks. And I was getting this really pretty sort of melon colored cheek, and I was into it. But later on, I did a little something else. But it was kind of like I was just going with the flow. But initially, this is what I wanted, so that's what I put on my cheek. I will say this is a very balmy texture, you guys. So for me, I felt like this was only for a fresh face. I didn't want to go too far with it because it is so balmy. It went on top of my powder really well. Didn't move anything, didn't disrupt. And then I set it with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Volume 3. I just kind of, you know, dusted over it with a very feather light powder brush just to make sure that it didn't look too shiny in comparison to the rest of my face. For highlight, I decided to pull out an oldie but a goodie. And this one here is from Lila B. I really, really love this. It is the Glisten and Glow Skin Illuminator in Be Captivating. I just love the packaging, friends. It's a great product. It's one that I've had. It was my girl before the super loaded tinted highlighter from Westman Atelier became the GOAT. But yeah, you go and slide it open like this, and you get a beautiful cream highlighter. And this is a sort of champagne shade that is deep enough for a deeper complected person like myself. And so I went ahead and just used my highlight brush and dabbed it on my cheeks and on my nose. I didn't really take it too much further than that, and moved right into the eyes. After that, I did do my brows off camera, just really quick before we get into the eyes. I wanted to give them their moment because I've been using them nonstop, and I used the Westman Atelier Bone Brow in the shade Bark. This is like my favorite brow product right now, you guys. It is so easy. So I just, like, you know, you just pop it open, you do your little, you know, fill it in, drop that cap on, pull out your spoolie and just zhuzh it. That's it. That's it. This is so good. It's so good. Easy. Foolproof. You know I love that. Back to these eyes, girl, because let's talk about this Tom Ford palette. This is the Smoky Quartz palette. This came out with the trio of newly formulated quads, y'all. And this is the only one I haven't used yet because I have all 3. And so here she is. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful color story. And one that I feel you can get a couple of different looks from. So the look that I achieved is a very like light neutral look, but I think you can absolutely vamp this bad boy up with this one. Woo, listen. That's a dark one, okay? That's one to get away from you a little bit. This new formula is so easy to blend, true to pigment. Like what you see in here is what you get right on your eye, which I appreciate because that's not always the case. I use the one that's sort of brownish, goldish on the inner corner. Everything else you can pretty much easily see what I did with it there. For depth, I thought I was gonna have to go in a little heavy-handed with that blackish brown, but no way. I ended up just using that one dip for both of my eyes. It was deep. So I think you could really take it there. You could really smoke it out and turn this from day to night very easily. Smoky Quartz. I would say is probably my favorite out of the 3 that I picked up. But they're all beautiful, and I've used all 3 and I enjoy all 3. So I think that if you are, you know, maybe just looking to pick up one, you're around my complexion, I think this one is very foolproof, very user-friendly. I think that it is going to give you the depth and the dimension that you're after. So I really like this one. And it was easy. This eye didn't take hardly any time at all. My usual girl extreme black from Pat McGrath is what is lining my my tight line area. Then on the lower lash line for my waterline, you guys, was I took this girl right here. These are really nice. This is the Precision Gel Liner in the shade Copper. This one came out with the new Major Dimension 2 palette. So he came out with a burgundy and a copper, and this copper is very pretty. I really like it in the waterline. It doesn't look like super stark, but it also gives you like a freshness to your eye look. Very, very pretty. Love it. Then I rolled into the mascara of it all with the new YSL mascara. And the official name of this one is Lash Clash. It is huge. It's huge. And the brush is also pretty fat. So this is definitely a volumizing mascara. I didn't find it to be very clumpy, but it did, you know, give you that sort of voluminous lash look. You got to be careful on your lower lash line, you guys. I have baby lashes on my lower lash line, but I was able to achieve a little bit of, you know, a little bit of volume. It's a really nice mascara. I will say that I think it needs a waterproof option. I prefer waterproof on my lower lash line because I sweat, especially right here. So for me, sometimes it can get a little messy. It's not the worst, and that's definitely a me thing. So I wouldn't call this a bad mascara. I actually really like it, and I wear it without false lashes as well. Speaking of false lashes, y'all, let me tell y'all, I already showed you the Flutter and Stare, but I picked up another pair of the Weightless false lashes from Sephora collection, and these are the Fluff and Full. You see how cute these are? Y'all, I love the invisible band. That's first and foremost. The invisible band allows me, a girl who really doesn't wear liner on her lash line, to get away with wearing falsies and not seeing the lash band. Like, it's so great. And so I'm showing you right here in the cutaway the difference when the lash is on versus not. And, you know, she real pretty, she cute. And I just did a little bit of a tight line just to like blend it all together, and I think it looks really cute. The new Lash Glue, I do want to talk about this one from Huda Beauty real quick because I don't know how I feel about this, girl. This is the Sticky Tack Lash Glue, and it's latex free, which is why I picked it up. I wanted to try a latex free one. It's very watery. This girl's very watery. I have to like put it on my finger and then graze my lash against it instead of trying to like put it directly on the lash. It'll get everywhere. It's so loose. So I'm not, it's a little messy. I don't love that. And I think that House of Lashes does a better job of keeping my lashes on. So I wouldn't repurchase that. It's just not, it's not doing it for me. And that's probably the one and only thing I don't like in this whole look. But I mean, the lashes are on, you know, it doesn't look crazy. I just feel like it's too much work. Moving on, friends, let's talk sculpt. One size came through yet again. This is the Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio in the deep option. I am definitely the dark. I should have got the dark, but it was sold out during the VIB savings event, so I went ahead and got the deep one. It works for me. As you can see, the girl is bronzed up, sculpted up. It's cute. But these are very pigmented, you guys. These are very pigmented powders. And so this shade down here is what I use for my contour. I only dipped in here like 1.5 times. It is pigmented. I used that one dip for both of my cheeks and my jawline, and then I dipped it like halfway to get my forehead together. that was it. It is so doggone pigmented. And then I went in with the middle shade, which is an awesome bronzer for me. So I put that, you know, blended it in and everything. It looked really great. And then that top one I use as like a finishing sort of, you know, further the blend kind of deal. This is such an awesome powder. He nailed this release. This is just, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. I went ahead and started on these lips, y'all. So let's go over this because this was a chore. I used my Pat McGrath Permagel lip pencil in Bloodlust. Forgot to take off my plumping gloss. So I had to take that off, then come back around and put the liner on again, which was fine. Permagel, it's fabulous. And it stays put. It's really great. Then I said, okay, I want to try this Gucci lip in Lizzie Tiger. This is such a pretty red. I've worn it, I think, once before, or I wore the other one because I have two. So I tried to put this on, and I think because my lips were still very moisturized, it was coming off patchy. I wasn't getting like a smooth glide, and I wasn't getting even opacity. And I was like, oh, okay, let me try another layer. Let me see what's going on here. So I tried another layer, and that was fine, but it was just fine. You know, it wasn't giving me the va-va-voom that I was looking for, that vibrancy. So I said, you know what, let me grab another Gucci lip. So I grabbed one of my matte lipsticks in Odalie Red. And that is the girl that you see before you. Okay, it's so good. Like, you guys see me. I mean, this is good. But I said that little bit of blush, that's not enough. That's not gonna do it. So then we had to go call Patrick back. This one, Patrick Star, not Ta. We had to call one size back and say, hey girl, bring me that cheek clapper, okay? And this color is Firestarter, y'all. And I just used the center powder shade and added that on top of the Danessa Myricks blush. That's the one, okay? Used my Hourglass powder again just to kind of diffuse it, make sure it was fully blended in, and here we are. Here we are with a look. Finished this girl off with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Hello, how you doing? The look is good. I love it. And I appreciate that I was able to effectively problem solve and pull this look together. I would say the dud products here are going to be that Huda Beauty Lash Glue and the Gucci lipstick. The Gucci liquid lip. It didn't give me what I needed. I'm gonna try it again. Because the other shade, where is that? This is too far up. I'm not getting up. That other shade, y'all, she's good. So it could be me. We'll see. That is it for this video, you guys. I have pretty much gone through everything. I did want to give, you know, let you guys know that this is still going strong and she's still doing what she needs to do. Okay? I live. And that is it for this video. I want to thank Tyra Powers for having such a ginormous makeup bag. Because she comes in so handy, and I will have it in the description box for you, of course. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this beat. And if you did, let me know by commenting in the comment section and giving me a beautiful, fabulous thumbs up. You let everybody know that you like me when you hit the thumbs up. They're like, hey, somebody come look at this. So I hope you enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed the process of getting this video together for you. Thank you so much for the love on my first video featuring products available at Sephora. I will definitely be doing this for other retailers such as Nordstrom, Selfridges, Harrods, Saks. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, and I will make sure to bring it to you, all right? Love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye.